Hey everyone, this is Chug from Keyboard Gaming, and today I am doing a buy or pass on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. When it comes to anything Star Wars, I absolutely love whatever it is. From Battlefront to the Knights of the Old Republic games, there are just so many games to go off of. Fallen Order is much different from all the other Star Wars games out there, but that's what makes it stand apart from them. You can say that the game feels a lot like quote-unquote Souls-like games because of the movement and combat, but in a Star Wars way. This is a spoiler-free video, so if you have not played Fallen Order before, don't worry. Everything I say or show will be spoiler-free. The first thing I'm going to go over are the mechanics in combat. The combat system of the game is really good. From the moment you fall on the train in the beginning and use your lightsaber for the first time, there's just something about being a Jedi with your own lightsaber that gives you the feeling of being powerful. The combat does take some getting used to though, as with all other games, so don't really worry about that. There are a ton of combos and movesets you can unlock with the skill point system, and every time you kill an enemy, you get experience towards unlocking new and improved moves. Parrying is a very important thing to learn for this game, because you can save yourself a load of hurt if you learn to parry any enemy that game throws at you. If you successfully parry a person or a creature, you can do a really cool finisher on them that is totally worth the fight. The harder the enemy, the more satisfying it is to get these finishers. The movement system is very smooth, and the implementation of wall running and double jumping you can learn later on makes for a great experience. It has movement and exploration similar to Uncharted series and Tomb Raider series, and has a combat system of Dark Souls game. I would say that everything is pretty much balanced, and it is a very enjoyable experience. In my opinion, you should play this game with a controller no matter what platform you are on, because it just feels easier and smoother to do so. The next thing I'm going to go over is optimization and bugs. Honestly, there are very little bugs in the game. Every once in a while, your character will not grab onto a ledge, or he will do a finisher in a weird area and you will just fall off the cliff. But other than that, there were not many bugs and glitches at all. The optimization, on the other hand, some planets like Bogano and Kashyyyk were unoptimized in certain areas, so it does not feel very smooth. But once you get out of these areas, then the game smooths back to its original self. Luckily, the unoptimized sections of the game aren't places you will go very often or explore much, so keep that in mind. The game is very smooth most of the time, so it does not matter what you are playing it on, it will run pretty well for you. The graphics in this game are absolutely beautiful. All the different planets you can go to are vastly different from one another, and they all have their own environment to explore. When I explored a new area, I found myself just walking slowly and looking at everything around me. The environments are very impressive in the way that developers crafted them, and it seems like there is always more to find. Also, the character models in the game are amazing. Cal's hair, for example, is done really well. You can see every strand of hair and it moves as you run around the area. The textures in the game are great, and it seems like there was no spot in the game that the developers didn't put their time and hard work into. If you like games with amazing graphics, then this game is definitely worth looking into. The bosses in the game are all different from each other, but there are some that are just too easy. There are 13 total bosses in the game, and they are all unique, but I would say that the bosses are not really the main point of the game, so to speak. Yes, the boss fights are important, but the game makes you focus on exploration and progression much more. I would say don't get the game just for the bosses itself, similar to Dark Souls, but get it for the entire experience. There are a few bosses in the game that were really fun to fight, so it does have that going for it. The story of the game is very good. Without any spoilers, the game does end in a way that is confirmed there will be a sequel, so if you like the game, there might be another one coming out later on. The story revolves around a Padawan who survived the events of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. He's trying to get his hands on a Jedi holocron that shows the locations of Force-sensitive children so he can rebuild the Jedi Order. It is a very good story, and it pulls you in the minute the game starts. Also, the progression the game has is absolutely incredible. As you go through the game, you get more and more things that will help you on your journey. It definitely is a very unique spin on progression. The way that you get to know the characters just makes the game a whole lot better. When you first land on a planet, The main NPCs are always in different places. They all have different dialogue no matter where they go. Every character you meet in the game has a massive backstory, and you never feel like there is an unimportant character. In my opinion, the characters just make the story, and it feels like they are always saying something new. Also, they talk to each other, and it shows you a different perspective of them. The exploration of the game is also super fun. You can find items that increase your health and life essence, and you can find all sorts of customization items. From skins for your ship to customizing your lightsaber, there is so much to do in this game with exploration. I would definitely say that if you like the game, try to find all the collectibles. It gives you more time in the game and it is fun to customize your character to your liking. Good luck on finding everything if you do. Well, to sum it all up, I would say that this game is a definite buy, not just because it is Star Wars, but because it is a great game. Even if you don't really know a lot about Star Wars, this game is very easy to follow. Unless you are thinking about finding everything in the game, then I would not pay $60 for it, so wait for a sale. I've seen it for some pretty cheap prices lately, so I would take advantage of that. I would definitely say that $30 is a great price for this game, because you might be spending more time in the game than you think. If you do get the game, and I hope you do, enjoy the adventure, and I hope you have a great gaming experience. I hope you enjoyed this buyer pass. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, check out our gaming podcast. Link is in the description.